ingenious candidate number 23. And our next candidate who will move on to the finals is candidate number 6. And to complete our 5 finalists is candidate number 15. To the rest of the candidates, thank you very much, ladies. And candidate number 23. In a world of prejudice and malice. Okay, so Ryan signals that the isolation car is not yet closed. In a world of prejudice and malice, how can you use the letters NIC or NIC in your advocacy to define your sexuality as an individual fighting for equality and acceptance? I repeat, in a world of prejudice and malice, how can you use the letters NIC in your advocacy to define your sexuality as an individual fighting for equality and acceptance?
Being an advocate wholly stands for its principles. NIC that defines my sexuality stands for N, natural, I, ingenious, C, creation, natural, ingenious creation. We gay people who wants to be free from discrimination and inequality rights have no desire to redefine life. When women got the right to vote, they did not redefine voting. When African Americans got the right to sit at the lunch counter alongside white people, they did not redefine eating out. We outs are simply asking for our fair share at the table of life. Everyone equal, above any gender, no more, no less. Especially now that the upcoming elections stir up some issues and even use moral and ethical values to hit us from within. It is stated in the 1987 Philippine Constitution Bill of Rights that we all have our own freedom of expression towards our gender preference. But as a word of advice, if that freedom only causes destruction and humiliation, that is where your freedom should stop. Cliché as it may sound, respect begets respect. I repeat, respect begets respect. So I strongly suggest my 3 R's, which is respect to self, respect to others, and responsibility to your actions. To our beloved Mayor, Mayor Dominic B. Valera, and especially Consejal Essex Baronia, for being an ambassador of homosexuality here in our municipality, I salute thee for accepting, embracing, and enlivening homosexuality here in our municipality, which I believe is a positive and normal variation of human sexual orientation. I am 23 right now, and I should have been a professional of some sort of, but then I realized I should be someone who I really am first. I am standing in front of you right now because I believe this is where God planned me to be. This is where I'm supposed to be. I'm a flower ready to bloom. I'm a butterfly ready to spread its wings. To the people of Bangued, and especially to my family, friends, and relatives, this is my coming out to the open moment. And I hope and pray that whatever happens tonight, you can still look into my eyes and realize that I'm still the same son, same brother, same family member that you have, only a lot happier and more contented, free of inhibitions and frustrations. My advocacy for each and every single natural ingenious creation like me is to have equal work conditions and life equity in becoming who they really want to be, and especially becoming united as one. In this battle, we don't need a hero. I don't need a hero. We just need to look in the mirror sometimes and be our own heroes, be our own fairy godmothers. Thus, I suggest Jose Rizal should paraphrase his famous quote, and it should go like this: the youth, whether straight, lesbian, gay, bisexual, or transgender, is the hope of the fatherland. Datayo amin, ora na siya sino ka, itedek iti masangwanan. We won't wait for the future, we will make it happen. A better, brighter, ascenso Bangued for every one of us awaits. Free of hatred and full of love. Love beyond society and happiness, beyond prejudice and malice. Change is coming for every single natural ingenious creation like me. Good evening.
Thank you. Number 10. Candidate number 10, this is the final question. In a world of prejudice and malice, how can you use the letters NIC in your advocacy to define your sexuality as an individual fighting for equality and acceptance? I repeat, in a world of prejudice and malice, how can you use the letters NIC in your advocacy to define your sexuality as an individual fighting for equality and acceptance?
And as nation, one nation can make a big difference in pursuing our dreams and innovative. When we say innovative, it is something different to one another. It is the talent of one's personality that others cannot do. C, courage. Courage that make nation and innovation. Courage that can make young generations in pursuing their dreams. Courage that can make Bangued as a better place to live. Thank you very much.
Thank you, candidate number 10. And may we call on candidate NIC in your advocacy to define your sexuality as an individual fighting for equality and acceptance. I repeat, in a world of prejudice and malice, how can you use the letters NIC in your advocacy to define your sexuality as an individual fighting for equality and acceptance?
NIC, for me, N stands for natural, I, instinct, or compassion. Because I believe, ladies and gentlemen, that our mayor and his fellow human and his fellow people who are living in this community is very humble because because mayor giving them the prioritize and the attention for the poor and privileged people who are in need in his help. Thank you.
Thank you, candidate.
I will use the letter N simply for being nice. I want to show the world that being gay is so nice. We're so cheerful. We're so friendly. And with that, they should respect us. They should love and understand us. The second is I. Gays are intelligent and incredible. We're still fighting no matter what discrimination may we face in the society. Letter C is being careful. We're being careful to what we say, to what we act, because we believe to be respected, you should be a respectful person. Thank you.
Thank you very much, candidate number.
C, N stands for now, and I stands for it's time, and C for complete, or should I say, now it's time to complete. Because joining this pageant, my aim is to win and to put the crown at the top of my head and at the bottom of my heart. Simply because I want to be honored and responsible, humble, being a beauty queen. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Candidate number 10.